the home for all your Yankees news, updates, live streams, and play-by-plays. This is Max Coverage TV, and this show starts now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another live stream here on Max Coverage TV, the place to be for all your sports wants, news, and needs, and most importantly, live streams here for your Yankees spring training news. If you are new to the channel, if you love the Yankees as much as I do, join this community, smash that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know when the next time I go live or when I make a video. If you are in the chat, the pre-live crew is what I love to call you all. Thank you for being here. Smash the like button in the smithereens. Helps me out a ton. Share this channel out to all your Yankee fans, all your Yankee friends. And if you are watching on the replay, drop me some comments below, and I will answer those comments after the show is over. First and foremost, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Hope it's full of love, fun, a good time. It's Friday night, baby. We have made it to the weekend. Put your hands in the air. Now put your hands in the mother trucker. You know what I'm saying? But I hope you all having a fantastic week. Happy Valentine's Day. We got the pre-live crew. We got Kidder Kid, says Marcus. Not a company man. We are going to be talking about that. We got Savius in the chat. Choa, a.k.a. Lore. Cadzilla, what's up, my brother? How you doing, man? He says Stroman's a douche. Oh, my God, damn. That is a harsh word, my friend. Tyler in the chat. Al in the house. Ronald, Daver, Jose Medina. Those are your elite members of the pre-live crew. If you're not a part of the pre-live crew, you got to get here just a little bit sooner. But I appreciate you all walking in the house. You all helped me build. That's the doorbell, a.k.a. the like button here. Smash that like button, guys. What's going on? So, a couple of people talked to the media today. We had Marcus Stroman talking to the media, of course. Aaron Boone talked to the media. Brian Cashman just finished talking to the media. So we have a lot to talk about today. I will be sharing some clips in case you miss what they said. Of course, you will hear it here first if you have missed it. But the main thing today was the Marcus Stroman situation. Now, we saw him report Tuesday. He was there for the mandatory physicals and all that stuff when everybody was the pitchers and catchers that they were reporting on Tuesday. But he's been missing the last 2 days. He hasn't been working out. Well, today he did finally report. He was out there with the guys working out today. But he made it pretty crystal clear that he is a starter and he does not plan on pitching out of the bullpen. And I know, like Cadzilla said, that probably rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I mean, I can't really be upset about him saying that. He did sign this contract to be a starter. He did not sign this contract to come out of the bullpen. And, you know, at the end of the day, Cashman made the wrong decision. Cashman made the wrong decision signing Marcus Stroman. It worked out in the first half of last season when he was being really good. Like, he was dominant the first half of the season. And then it all fell down. Like, the first 2 months, stellar stuff by Marcus Stroman. And, of course, Garrett Cole got injured, so he stepped up. Heel stepped up. Clark Schmidt, all these guys stepped up. But I can't really sit here and blame him for saying those statements today. I do think, of course, he's upset. He knows his name's been dragged through the mud this offseason. He knows his name is constantly in trade talks. We get it. He understands it. And like I just say, I keep putting myself in his shoes. I'd be a little upset too. There's no ill will with him and the players. He says, and I'll share the videos here in a second. He says that everybody, him in the clubhouse, all the players in the clubhouse, they're good. They're good. But there's obviously hostility with him in the front office. Cadzilla saying, I never liked him. Hated him when, yeah, I know you. I remember. I remember you were saying that. Robert's in the chat. Stroh will be okay. He's going to have to be. Hey, Max, I truly believe that the Yankees should run a six-man rotation. It is less stress on the pitcher's arms, plus then Stroman gets to be happy and he's a starter. Well, Aaron Boone already stated, he's already shut that down. Aaron Boone does not have any plans to have a 6-man rotation. What's up, Brandon? Why you keep spamming Astros? What's up, Brandon? Mario in the chat. Yes, he's a starter, but not a good one. Well, yeah, he's not. He's a fifth guy in a rotation. That's what he is. He doesn't have strikeout stuff. He's not the most dominant pitcher. He's pretty healthy for the main part of his career. But you got to remember, he's not going to be willing to come out of the bullpen because of the vesting option. And that's what other teams are looking at too. If he does get traded, the other team is looking at that third year the vesting option year now, because he usually gives you 140 innings at least. And once that happens, that vesting year kicks in. So you have to pay him $18 million that year as well. What's up, Yowie Wowie? Good to see you, man. Joseph's Dream, what's going on? D-Rod's in the chat. What's going on, D-Rod? Good to see you guys. All right, no problem, Brandon. What's the crybaby say? Ambio says, stop, guys. Him and Heel hold the rotation together while Cole was out. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he did. He pitched really well last season in the first half of the season. We all know what happened at the latter when he couldn't pitch at home. His ERA, I think in September, the last couple of months, I mean, it had to be over 7 ERA. I mean, the guy was just horrible the last couple of months, and he didn't make the ALDS roster. He didn't even pitch in the postseason. So he's not worth $18 million, and unfortunately, that's what Brian Cashman gave him. Jake in the house, Stroman's comments didn't bother me. He's frustrated, and the New York media is relentless. He handled it fine. I'm with you, man. I'm not really pissed off at what he said at all. Like I said, I mean, imagine being in his shoes. He's still there. It's not like he's holding out, and it's not like he missed any mandatory days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want everybody to be there day one, but this guy, you got to understand where he's coming from also as well. But let's get into some clips. Everyone smash the like button, guys. Subscribe if you're new. We're going to get into some clips here from Stroman earlier in case you did miss his quotes. I have it up here for you, and let's get into it. Let's dive in and let me know your thoughts.
You're right not to be here until the 22nd, but anything that you'd like to share about, why you chose not to be here the last 2 days?
No, you know what I mean? At this stage of my career, I put a priority on obviously getting my body ready. I don't think there was a need for me to be here in the last few days, given the climate. I talked to Boone. We had a great conversation. Everything's honestly perfect and seamless. And my relationship with the guys in the clubhouse hasn't changed. So, yeah, I feel great to be back, and I'm ready to roll.
You're right not to be here until...
So he has been in conversation with the team, with Aaron Boone in particular. Marcus Stroman. So here's what was the main chatter around today's press or media conversation with Stroman right here.
Considering your pedigree, could you handle being a reliever?
I'm a starter.
So right now,
I'm a starter.
So he's just cutting him off, man. He's like, I'm a starter. Like, doesn't he let him finish?
6 starters. So how do you handle that?
See how it plays out. I'm a starter.
You do not want to pitch in the bullpen.
I won't pitch in the bullpen. I'm a starter.
Considering...
Yeah, I mean, the way he said it was a little douchey, right? But he's never been a bullpen guy, so you can't really be upset with him saying that stuff. He is a starter pitcher. He's not a great one. He's a decent one that can eat up some innings, but Ambio says, I don't like reporters were trying to get him mad asking the questions. None of them asked if he was fine or if his house in Malibu can be repaired. So if he was out because of family. Yeah, that's true. I mean, they all were not attacking him, but they were basically bringing up the whole bullpen stuff and the trade issues and all that crap going on. He did go out and say that in the playoffs, it's a different circumstance, so he was fine with coming out of the bullpen. Didn't happen, of course, but Playoffs, he said, quote, playoffs, there's different roles that calls for you to be in a different circumstance. I was completely fine with that. So in that situation, he wasn't really upset. So this one was him talking about his house right here.
Players don't do this very often. It seems like it's a statement that, hey, I'm on the rotation, I'm on a trading block. Are you saying it is not that?
No, not at all. Not at all. Statement? No. Yeah. What's today's date? 14th.
Right. But everyone else is here. Is that
No,
doesn't
it's
bother
not.
you?
No, not at all. Like I said, I put a priority on my workout routine, my mind and my body. I come in camp ready to go 30+ starts. A huge point in my body, which, like I said, I know health is something that's not focused on, and being available to go out there and pitch every 5 days, it's not something I take lightly, and I prepare to the utmost degree. Sometimes I take a few more days. So, yeah, I had a tough off season. I was getting settled, had family around. It's probably good to call. I've been donating a lot to the Assistance League in LA as far as the fires. A lot of people, especially the Altadena community, Palisades, Malibu. I lost my home in Malibu. So, yeah, just been dealing with a lot. Yeah, so if anybody can donate to the Assistance League, or there's a lot of charitable organizations and foundations, there's a lot of people that are going through a lot out there right now. And a lot of families from lower income cities and towns that have lost completely everything. So, yeah, if you have anything in your heart to donate to those people, I think it'd be awesome.
That's sad to hear. That's sad to hear about all that stuff that happened to him. So, I mean, he is dealing with a lot. I mean, this offseason has been a nightmare for him, essentially. But, yeah, that one sucked to hear that one. I am Big Buddy in the chat. He's not a team player for the team. He should have said different. Well, that's the same thing that happened to Gleyber Torres. Gleyber Torres didn't want to move to third after, the Yankees acquired Jazz. They wanted Gleyber to move to third base. He said no. So, these guys are creatures of habits. They don't want to change their ways at the end of the day. He's guaranteed his $18 million this year. An option kicks in for the next year. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's going to get $18 million this year regardless, but teams are going to be a little hesitant for next year. What if he eats up 140 innings, but he has a 5+ ERA? Like, you're going to have to pay that guy $18 million. Maybe teams are wanting the Yankees to take on some of that contract next season. If that vesting option kicks in, maybe teams are looking for the Yankees to eat up some of that contract as well. I don't know. I don't know what's it gonna take for Marcus Stroman to be on the move. At this point, the injuries can happen in spring training. Detroit's already dealing with Alex Cobb being sidelined, so maybe Detroit picks up the phone. Who knows? What's up, Stetson? Al says, recently Cash got on Gleyber for not switching positions for the better of the team, so I see him gone somehow. I mean, they're actively trying to make it happen. They're actively trying to make it happen. If you don't produce in New York, that's going to be a big problem for you. Yeah, Joseph, that's one thing he did not do well, was pitch well in New York. So here's Stroman talking about him potentially, how much he would like to remain a Yankee. Let's see what he says.
Mark, how much do you want to remain a Yankee? You know what it's like to switch teams. I mean, it gets a little awkward and it's tough.
I'm so grounded and calm, man. I truly flow through life with the grace now. It took a lot of work, but I'm good. I'm good wherever I may be. I love everybody in this clubhouse. Everybody knows that. You can ask my teammates the relationship I have with them. I think that's the best way to truly tell the character of a person, is to go to the teammates and ask. I spend the most time with them inside that clubhouse. I spend the least time with people who are reporting on me right now, and that seems like a lot of the narrative and perspectives come from this group. So if you go in that clubhouse and ask anybody about me, like I said, feel free.
Dang, he took a shot at some reporters there. He's saying everything He's saying everything. It feels like he's saying the right things, but it might come across a little douchey. But he's saying, ask my teammates about me. That's the real people that know me more than the media does. You mama. Stroh handled that professionally because you can tell by his underlying tone he just wants to say "F you all." That's what I'm saying. I mean, he's there talking to the media, is not beating around the bush really. He's not being too much of a prick to these guys. Like you see some players, some head coaches and managers and all that, like Joe Mazzulla from the Boston Celtics, when he just gives one word replies like that. I hate when people do that, right? So at least he's talking to the media, even though he does feel some type of way, as you just heard from his comments. Pitching price will be even higher next season. Yeah, every year it goes up. Every year. Who in their right mind will play Glaber at third? Yeah, I mean, that was Ambio. That might have been a blessing in disguise that he wasn't playing third base, because I couldn't even imagine Glaber playing third base. So last couple of clips really was him saying today felt like a good day to report. It's Valentine's Day. He said the vibes were going to be proper. Everyone's happy on this day. And then that's me making the most basic brief statement. Go look at the numbers. How many people can stay healthy and do it 30-plus starts year after year? I'm a starter. So he doubled down on the I'm a starter statement there. So that's pretty much what Stroman said today during him talking to the media is, hey, I'm not looking to pitch out of the bullpen. I'm a starting pitcher in this league, if you like it or not. And that's the Yankees got to figure out what to do at the end of the day. So let's move on to Aaron Boone and some of his statements today about Marcus Stroman.
So what did you make of Marcus's arrival?
Oh, I mean, glad he's here today. Again, I think I know you guys talked to him, and as I've maintained with you, he really is in a good frame of mind, and I think he's ready to go physically, mentally. Had a fun, good talk with him. And a couple of our coaches in my office just catching up too today. So he's ready to go, and it's our job to help him get ready, and hopefully put it behind us.
I feel like this is going to come down to a really ugly divorce. It just seems like they're saying the right things in front of the camera, but I feel like this is going to end really ugly. Savius says Yankees should just be patient. They'll be able to trade him later on in the season. Yep, they're definitely going to be patient. I definitely think that they are going to wait until the games are being played. At this point, the market's just not there for Marcus Stroman. So I think teams have to start playing ball, and maybe an injury happens. Hopefully not for us, but injuries happen in this sport all the time. So maybe that's what they're being patient for, but we'll see. But Jazz may have caught the throw from Soto in Game 1 World Series. Torres, yeah, Game 1 was... The whole World Series was a mess. Who would you rather have at third? I don't want Cabrera there. I'm on the record saying if we're going in-house for third, I'd really like to see Peraza win it. Personally, I really like to see Peraza win it because he's on his last... He has no more options. So this is it for Peraza. And if he doesn't make it, then he's gone. So I'd like to see Peraza make it, or not make it, but win the third base position. What's up, MJR Sports Cards? I'm doing well, man. How you doing, buddy? John the Beagle Dad, good to see you. We got 54 in the chat. Hit the like button, guys, on the way in. Thank you so much. Okay, so here is Boone talking about Marcus Stroman's "I am a starter" comment.
He says that he will not pitch in relief. I'm a starter. Right now, he's your sixth starter. If everybody stays healthy, that could be a problem if he's still here.
Well, first of all, happy Valentine's Day. It's February 14th. So, you're getting way ahead of this thing. Like, we're getting him ready. We're building him up to be a starting pitcher. And, it's so far out there. And we'll obviously address anything we have to once we get into certain situations. But right now the focus is is getting him ready to go, and I think he's got a pen tomorrow, and it's getting him ready to start. And then as we go, when things come up, we'll address them.
He says
This is just going to be a lingering topic of discussion all spring training. My guy Jordan Rosa in the chat says, do you think Derek Jeter says enough is enough and comes a coach for the Yankees? I think Derek Jeter's happy what he's doing right now, Jordan. I mean, he's making Fox money right now just talking about the game. I think he's content with doing that. Maybe years down the line we'll see him back with the Yankees, hopefully in the front office role, something like that, but I don't think he'll be a manager. That'd be pretty cool though if he did that. Ken, what's up, man? Jose saying if it's in-house, Team Peraza, anybody but DJ. I would like I said, I would love Peraza to win the spot. Gus, good to see you, Gus. Jeter be better at our front office. He loves Mr. George. Yeah, I wouldn't mind him being front office by any means. Siciliano, I'm good, man. How you doing, buddy? Mr. Pete, what's going on? Shout out to everyone. Shout out to everyone in the house. Thank you guys for joining me. Happy Friday. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. So here is Aaron Boone talking about the six-man rotation. Someone brought it up earlier in the chat, so here is what Aaron Boone said about that.
Aaron, if those six guys are still here healthy, and we've seen teams in the Mets and the Dodgers, most of the Japanese guys go to the six-man rotation. Any possibility you guys will go to six-man?
Never say never. I mean, I don't necessarily see us doing that, but, we'll see where we're at. Again, that's, a long way away. Reality is we're probably getting 10, 11 guys ready to be starters, and who knows how many of them you're going to have to use right away or, at some point during the season. I'll never say never, but I'm not looking at it as we're going to have a six-man.
Yeah, so I don't think that's going to happen either. The six-man rotation just does not seem like a good idea, in my opinion, because all these guys are they're creatures of habits. Garrett Cole, for instance, does not want to do a six-man rotation. DJ is pretty much a walking corpse. Jesus. Derek Jeter's driving his Lincoln SUV with Matthew McConaughey. That's funny. Gus, happy birthday to you, bro. Happy birthday to you, Gus. This is a situation that yeah, that's true, Ken. That is true. That is 1,000% true, man. So some clips of Stroman out there throwing. He was out there in the outfield just throwing. He didn't throw off the mound today, just out there with the guys throwing the ball and all that stuff. So let's pivot. Let's go to Brian Cashman's comments now. So we went through Stroman, we went through Aaron Boone. That was only a couple of clips from Aaron Boone, but Cashman talked to the media today as well. So we're getting some good news today.
Brian, understanding that Marcus had until February 22nd to show up, just what do you make of him missing a couple days at the start of camp?
No big deal. He's a pro. I know he's in a good, state of mind and good shape. Glad he got here today. He was here for the physicals too, so he really didn't miss anything. Certainly, you always want people there from the jump, but at the same time, getting to know Stro now since he got here last year, I also know what he knows what it takes to be ready, and so I got.
Brian, understand.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do anything wrong. Like I said, he didn't miss any mandatory stuff. Siciliano says, I'm behind Stroman 100%. The way they did him wrong and what's to put him in the pen, which he is a starter and wants to trade him. Meanwhile, the organization is never accountable for their mistakes. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Siciliano, I can't blame him for what he's been saying. He has all the right to feel some type of way. His name's been dragged through the mud. It's been dragged through trade rumors all off season. You can't really blame a guy for feeling some type of way about that. But I feel you, man. The media is making it a bigger thing than it is, I feel like, because, like I said, he hasn't broken any rules. The CBA he had a report by February 22nd, so he's here today. So he's there for all the mandatory stuff. Mike Kowinski in the chat. Hope you and Sydney have a happy Valentine. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you. And speaking of Miss Sydney, how you doing? The hand of love is in here. Happy Valentine's Day. That's my Valentine right there. Why Cashman has a used car salesman. He looks like a used car salesman, doesn't he? So here's Cashman's comments about Stroman's comments about him saying, I'm a starter, and that is it.
Concerns.
This morning, he also said, I'm a starter several times. He said he won't pitch in the bullpen. Where do you sit on that?
Yeah, I mean, that's vintage Stroh. He's a competitor. I mean, he's fought his way through pro ball to being a hell of a starter for quite some time. You know, so as a competitor, you know, he is a starter. I agree with him. He is a starter. You know, so let's just see how everything plays out. You know, 6 weeks of spring training, thereabout, is typically a lot of twists and turns and winding roads before you get to opening day. So let's, you know, we'll deal with, you know, opening day when we get there. We certainly hope everybody stays healthy and is pitching to their highest level. But I know that we have, you know, a lot of quality pitching in camp, which is a good thing to start with. But how you start is usually not how you finish. So we'll see how it all plays out. But I'm excited that he's back in camp.
Yep. He's keeping that trade, that, you know, the trade value up there when he said he is a starter. And no, they never came out and said they're going to use him out of the bullpen, D-Rod. The media just asked, like, would he be willing to do it? Mo money, what's going on? Mo money means mo problems. Yankees need to end this Stroman drama ASAP. Yankees don't want him, and he doesn't want to be here. Can't blame him for not moving to the bullpen, as he has a player option for next year. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mo money. There's no way he's going to be willing to pitch out of the bullpen when you have a vesting option to pitch 140 innings. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a business. You know, it's a sport that we all love and we all love to watch. But for these guys, I mean, it's their life. So if he's going to make a move to cost him some money, I don't blame him for getting upset about that. He's not going to do that. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do with him, especially if he's going to be on this team come opening day. Do they move Clark Schmidt out of the rotation? Do they make Clark Schmidt the guy out of the bullpen? I personally don't want that. I think Clark Schmidt should be in this rotation. But Jace, what's going on? No, you can't blame him, and if the media stopped asking about it, it'll be fine. And I bet the Yankees is going to need him because I don't trust Cole to stay healthy all year. What? You don't like Cole? You don't like Cole? Damn. I think Garrett Cole's going to go back to what he was, the Garrett Cole that we saw in 2023, a Cy Young contender, a new kind of war. Says I have more respect for Stroman now. Yeah, I mean he's being a professional. Some of the stuff may come off as a little douchey, a little mean, but at the end of the day, man, he signed the contract to be a starter. So you can't blame him for not wanting to move to the bullpen. Here is Brian Cashman talking about if he regrets signing Stroman last season.
Is there any regret with giving him the contract you did last offseason?
No, he helped us last year. One of the reasons why, you know, he was one of our better starters in the first half. You know, we had a significant injury with Garrett Cole early on, and I think not at this time, but not too shortly thereafter, a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks from this time, you know, we were in a very perilous situation where we weren't sure how we were going to navigate things, and Stroh, along with Luis Hill, you know, helped us navigate that and fill in some blanks and step up. And with the rest of the rotation, Carlos Rodon and, you know, Clark Schmidt was hurt at the time, if I remember right, and wasn't due back till the second half. So Stroh is one of the real reasons why we got out of the gate strong and propelled ourselves in a position that ultimately led to American League Championship. And so no, I don't have any regrets.
Is there any regret?
I feel like he's regretting it a little bit. Personally, what's up, Cadiza in the chat says I heard the Cardinals say at this point Arenado will be there on their opening day roster. It wouldn't shock me, Cadiza. I thought the Red Sox had the best opportunity to get him, and they signed Bregman. So at the end of the day, the Yankees don't want to take on his contract. I don't think the Yankees are going to make the move. I don't know what other team would go out and trade for Arenado. Maybe the Dodgers are still in play, because the last news that we had with Arenado was the Dodgers, the Yankees, and the Red Sox. The Cardinals were re-engaging in talks with those teams. Well, the Red Sox signed Bregman. Yankees don't look like they're gonna make that move, so that just leaves the Dodgers. I think he's gonna be on the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm with you. Cardinals have to say that it's the only leverage they got. Yep. It might be the truth, though, for real. Do you see the Yankees putting him in the bullpen regardless, so that keeps him being a starter, so that is easier to trade him before the trade deadline if they can't move him now? I don't know, Al. I don't know what their plans are going to be. Like I said, do they move Clark Schmidt to the bullpen instead and have Stroman the fifth guy? Or do they... at the end of the day, it's not up to Stroman. If Aaron Boone and Cashman want him not in this rotation, then he's going to have to swallow that pill, but that's kind of messed up, man. I don't know what they're going to do. It's a bad situation. I think it's going to be, like I say, I think it's going to lead to a very ugly divorce. So Rodon is always an issue. Yeah, well, he was healthy last year, though. Rodon was. Jordan says, I think Loaizaga shines this year, bouncing back from his injury. And I think Tim Hill goes deep in his bag this year. Yeah, so the last update we had with Loaizaga, Jordan, was he said personally that he won't be ready until late May, early June. So he won't be ready until summer. But I hope he does have a bounce-back year, because, like I've been saying it, Loaizaga can pitch. He's just never available. When he's on the mound, he's a great pitcher. So I'm excited for him. Hopefully, for his sake and for our as fans, he does well, because this is definitely the last year on the Yankees. If he does not do well, he's gone. But I'm glad that he signed back with us, because I didn't think he was. I don't want Heel in the bullpen. I don't want Heel in the bullpen. I agree with you, D-Rod. Heel has a lot of high, fast. He has he could throw 100 miles per hour. His changeup, he could throw 90 miles per hour. He throws heat. So he would be good in the bullpen, but I personally would like him as a starter still. Steve in the chat. What's up, Steve? I do not at all. Nobody gets healthier as they get older. Oh, Savius will. Okay. Yeah, late May, early June, Tyler. He's got to prove himself. If he comes out of the gate hot, you trade him on the break or at the break. He usually does come out the gate hot with Stroman. That's kind of what he does. He starts strong the first half, and then he fizzles down the second half. So that was Cashman's stuff about Marcus Stroman. Let's see what he says about DJ. This was him talking about any concerns about DJ potentially being the Yankees' third baseman. I'm excited to see this, because I haven't seen this yet. What did this guy have to say about LeMahieu? Gosh, man.
Given his age, injury history, and some of his declining contact quality metrics over the past few years, would you be comfortable going into the season with DJ as your third baseman?
Well, hopefully all that can get thrown out the door, and we see a different version of a DJ this spring, because ultimately, the one thing that we haven't been in a position to see is a DJ that's a healthy version. And if he's going to be given an opportunity, he's healthy, and he'll compete, and then we'll see where it plays out, and it'll answer itself on its own.
I really don't like. I don't like the situation with DJ, man. I think this is a bad. This is bad, honestly. They're going into this season thinking that DJ can turn a page. I just don't see that happening, man. Nothing in DJ LeMahieu's game last season gives me hope. So I don't understand why they think there's something left in the tank. There's nothing to point to, like, oh yeah, DJ, this month he was hitting 300. Like, if he puts together a season like that, we're in good shape. There's nothing. You can't point to anything last season with DJ LeMahieu to give you hope. Soto in the chat, the cool Soto, that is. Hi, Max. If we don't get a third baseman, we are in trouble. I believe you. Yeah, I'm with you. We are in trouble. And this is, even though we have guys on our team that can play the position, like Peraza, Cabrera, DJ, like Jazz now can play third, but it seems like the same situation from 2023 is when we walked into that season without a left field. It's like the same exact situation. So I'm a little nervous about this, man, about the third base position. I really am. So here is Cashman talking about an extension for Aaron Boone. So a lot of Yankee fans are not wanting to hear this, but this is what he said about Aaron Boone getting extended.
I'm never really in a position to say that I want somebody for only 10 years, but I have just to reframe that. I've been openly saying I've had Joe Torre for over 10, and I've had Joe Girardi over 10, and obviously in the infancy stage of Boone, I certainly hope I can get to at least 10, if not more. You always want to have the guy for as long as you can have, as long as it's warranted and makes enough sense, and they control the room and obviously do a great job. And I think he controls the room and does a great job. We picked up his option last year, but that's not our intent. Our intent is to find an extension, and so certainly I've been working through that, and Hal Steinbrenner has been working through that with Aaron Boone, and we're hopeful at some point sooner than later that we'll be able to officially cement something, but obviously it hasn't gotten there yet, but just give us time. Our main focus has been this whole winter has been on roster construction, and some of this other stuff we're just getting to, but again, our intent is to make sure Aaron Boone is going to continue with the Yankees past the 2025 season.
Well, that pretty much, there you have it, everybody. Boone is not going anywhere. My thought would be probably a 3-year extension. That would be my thought off the top of my head. Maybe a 2-year extension. We'll see. But if you don't like Aaron Boone, he's not going anywhere, everybody. So you just kind of have to live with it. Li says everyone is overreacting about DJ LeMahieu being the starter when they should be talking about Oswald Peraza breaking out. Like I said, Li, I hope Peraza is going to be the answer. I hope Peraza is going to win that third base spot. I would much rather see Peraza every day than LeMahieu at this point. Mike in the chat, it's time to move on from Cashman. He's made too many mistakes. Ken saying where DJ turns the page or not makes no difference so long as his defense holds. The team has lengthened the lineup and improved defense and the pin to the bad guy scoring opportunities. Yeah, you're right, man. I mean, of course I want DJ to at least give us like a 250 batting average, but if he's a strong defensive third baseman and he's not going to cost us games, we're at the, of course, swallow that and take it. But still, it's just this doesn't feel like a good idea in my eyes. Cadiza says, what I know is if the Yankees go interior, they will go with Oswaldo Cabrera. Well, right now, in my opinion, DJ LeMahieu gets the first crack at it, and then it's going to be Oswaldo Cabrera. That's what I think that's going to happen. And then Peraza will probably be third, but it just depends on these guys playing and how it's gonna come down to who's playing the best in spring. This is Cashman talking about the defense from last year. Let's see what I mean, we all know how bad the defense was, but let's see what he says about it.
The public metrics that we have access to suggest that you are actually above average defensively, and you've mentioned.
I thought you were going to say we were worse this year than last year, and I'm like, I have nothing to say.
But they suggest you were above average defensively, okay. And you've mentioned the need to improve the defense. Did you actually think that you guys were worse than what the public metrics suggest?
Last year? Mm-hmm. I thought we were bad defensively. We tried to deal with it, but ultimately, again, like you have on a year in and year out basis, certain aspects of your club are stronger than other aspects, and then as the season plays out, you try to certainly work through it if you can, or improve upon it if you can, and ultimately, our work product was able to get us into the World Series, but not win the World Series. So hopefully this version is a little bit different and allows us to get longer, but the competition's also different in fairness to this year's team versus last year's team. So the landscape has clearly changed here. In some areas for the better, some areas for the worse, and in the landscape elsewhere has changed. And the same would go for that. In some areas for the better, teams have gotten better. In some areas, teams have gotten worse. So we just have to see how we navigate all of it, and hopefully we can stay healthy and perform to the best of our abilities. If we can do that, I'll take our chances with the team we got.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. This team is better defensively. I mean, they haven't even started playing yet, but I feel like this team is better defensively this year than last year, on just on paper. Of course, it's going to change when they start playing games, but Jake saying over under DJ makes it through spring training without an injury. Let me go with under, because it feels like every spring he gets hurt. So I'm gonna take the under there, which it's sad, but I'm going with the under. DJ is the utility player. That's what he was saying to be 6 and 4 years ago. Yeah, if Cabrera, like, to answer the question that Li said, who's going to be the utility if Cabrera wins it? It's going to be DJ. I mean, that's who the utility player would be. Let's see. I'm just making sure that was pretty much the last clip that's important from Cashman. But just to put this on the screen, Aaron Boone's extension could be announced before opening day. Like I said, I think it's going to be a 2 or 3 year contract. But he's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. If LeMahieu is utility player, your bench is effed. Yeah, I mean, I think the bench is already effed right now. The bench has not been good. The bench has not been good. It's been a problem the last couple of years. And right now, if you look at our bench, whoever's going to win third base, if that's going to be DJ, Cabrera, the other one will be on the bench. Right now, the backup catcher is still in open position, but Ben Rice, I think his spot is solidified on this team because he can play first and he can back up catch. Peraza, I think Peraza's in a tough spot, man. Trent Grisham's on the bench as well, so that's 3 players, in my eyes, that are already solidified for the bench. That last bench spot could be very intriguing. Is it going to be Peraza? Is it going to be, someone else that is emerging from spring? The Yankees are putting players back into their base positions. Yeah, that is a good thing. That's what I wanted. Action VJ said, I root for Peraza. I'm rooting for him too, man. What up, Jacob Petruzzi? Good to see you, bro. So, we are 1 week away until these games begin. I can't wait. Unfortunately, I won't be able to call a game. I'll be getting killed at work next Friday. It's going to be a busy day for me. But I can't wait, man. This is the last weekend without Yankees baseball, man. Just put that in perspective. Could they package Stroman and Cabrera for Peraza? Are you meaning could they package Stroman and or Cabrera or Peraza? I think they could. I think Stroman and Peraza would make a pretty decent package deal. I wouldn't want to trade Cabrera. I think Cabrera is very important to this team. Peraza would probably be the guy that they would trade out of the 2 of those infielders. But they can definitely package Stroman and Peraza. Grisham, Stroman, Peraza for Arenado. Would you do it? I'd do it. I would personally do it, MJR, because if you think about it, Grisham and Stroman, that's right there. That's $23 million. And then Arenado, so that'll basically pay for Arenado's contract for this year. Arenado's slated to make $21 million. Peraza, like I said, it's just gonna be tough for him to make the team. He's gonna have to really go out there and ball out. He's no more options. So I would definitely make that trade. Because No way around it, man. Arenado is better than all three of those players, and he's better than DJ and Oswaldo Cabrera. Like, there's no argument there. Stephen B., what's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Steve says, Max, no pressure, but the whole barbershop's watching on the TV, the men's grooming studio. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, getting fresh fades. You know, it's Valentine's Day tonight. You all got to get right. Go visit that barbershop right there, man. Heck yeah. Verlander won the 2017 World Series. Oh, we don't talk about that World Series, bro. We don't talk about that. That World Series got stolen from us. What about Josh Smith from the Rangers, former Yankee farmland? Yeah, we traded him for Gallo. He was part of the Joey Gallo trade. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, we could have used him now, right? I like Arenado, $20 million, and Michael Ciani for Peraza and Trent Grisham. That'll be $12 million this year for Arenado, $12 million next year. I mean, I don't even know who Michael Ciani is, but I doubt they'll take that trade. I doubt they take that trade. Peraza and Grisham for Arenado, that's highway robbery right there. Home early from work. There you go. Heck yeah. On a Friday too? Yes, yeah, that's how I feel, MJR. Got to trim more than the hair. D-Rod, you are a silly, silly guy, man. D-Rod, you are hilarious. You prefer if you can acquire an ace on August 31st. Unfortunately, 2017 yeah, I mean, that was a tough year. That was a very tough year, and we all know what happened in 2017. It was not pretty. It's not fair either. But we don't let's move on from 2017. We're not talking about last year either. Come on, let's talk about the present, man. Let's talk about the present. Shout out to everyone though. I'm about to head out, guys. You know, I gotta deal. I got my Valentine's on the way home. You know, we gotta do our Valentine's stuff. So I wanted to pop on and just hang out for a little bit. But we got through all the clips and stuff. I will see you all this weekend. Hopefully we see some more Yankees news. It was quite of a bit news today, so it's been a fun stream. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Hit that like, subscribe if you are new. I'll see you all this weekend. Have a fun Friday, Valentine's Day night. Enjoy yourselves. And be safe out there, everybody. And you know what I'm saying. Wink, wink. Be safe, okay? Be smart. Be safe. So it's Little Peach Shin Grease on Max Coverage TV. I'm out here, guys. Peace! And always, go Yankees.